Welcome to No Fear Foods. I really want to go over some quick, helpful tips in dealing with severe food allergies, especially when you're allergic to basic foods like dairy and egg. Okay, so I'll give you some basic tips for at home, at school, at parties, for dining out, and for vacation. Here are some tips for at home when an allergy might be present. You can try to see if everyone can use a safer version of the same product. So if there's a severe butter allergy, perhaps see if the household can try earthbound soy-free butter spread or another butter alternative that might taste just like butter but would be safer. Another example would be for peanut butter. Perhaps have the whole household try sun butter or wild butter to see if that might be a great replacement. Another thing is to never double dip into jams, the butter tub, etc., even if you do choose a safe alternative for the whole household, because the bread or the crackers that you might be putting this butter or jam on might not be safe. If you can get the squeeze bottle versions of products, those are even going to be safest. If you do have to have allergens in the home, try to arrange your refrigerator appropriately to keep things safe. You can also label plastic bags and items that might be confusing as to safety. But keep the original label with the items in the refrigerator and freezer. Don't just trust that something looks like the product you expect it to be. Now, some of these things might be really obvious, but they're worth mentioning. Always use freshly cleaned food prep items like a separate spatula, separate knife, separate stirring or serving spoon, pans or pots that are freshly out of the dishwasher. Always place the spatula or the serving spoon on a safe spoon rest or a plate, just to be safe. When cooking, first prepare the allergy-friendly items. Never use the 5-second rule for the table or the floor. Some tips for keeping someone safe at school is prepare safe meals or snacks at home. For a small child, not only send in lunch, but send a placemat in as well, so that when the child spills something, they won't be tempted to pick it up. Or if they are tempted to pick it up, it'll be on the placemat, it'll be safe. Make sure all school personnel understand the severity of the allergies, and the EpiPen must always be accessible for school, anywhere within school, on the bus, or on school trips. Depending on the severity of the allergy, an allergen risk reduction plan needs to be applied at school besides what's documented in the Allergy Action Plan. Some must-reads for managing life-threatening food allergies in schools would be off of the foodallergy.org website, where the page is listed there on the slide, and the CDC page. Okay, when dealing with parties, one great thing to do is to find out what kinds of foods are going to be served at the party beforehand and try to send in similar foods. If serving pizza, find a safe pizza to send in. I've listed some on the slide. You can also send in a favorite food like chicken nuggets and fries. And for snacks, because there might be snacks around depending on what kind of party it is, send your own safe bag of chips or pretzels in. To be careful, if you're going to send a big bag of chips for the person to share with the other people at the party, make them take theirs first. Okay, and then for cakes, it'd be great if you can make your own. There's lots of mixes. I've listed some on the slides that are great for making your own cake, or you can make one from scratch. But if you don't want to make your own, maybe send in cookies. There are some great cookies made by brands like Enjoy Life or Divvy's, or you can send in a cheesecake from Daya. They make all sorts of types of cheesecakes and taste almost like the real thing. Now, you can actually either stay at the party with your child or make sure someone at the party understands the child's allergy action plan and that his EpiPen is handy. I've got 5 rules of thumb for dining out. It's great to get recommendations. Call ahead or go online to see what the restaurant or reviewers are saying about accommodating food allergies and how this restaurant accommodates food allergies. You can always ask to speak to the chef, which is always a great way to help the chef understand how severe the allergies are. If a place seems really busy, and especially if they don't have a separate allergy menu, um, or a separate area of the kitchen for dealing with food allergies, the rule of thumb is not to take a chance and probably bring the food that you bring in. It's never a bad idea to bring food from home. Try to bring something similar to the dining specialty of the restaurant. If it's a burger place, bring a burger. Sometimes they can make your burger, but the bread might not be safe, so bring your own bun. If you trust the restaurant, you can ask for a clean plate, and you could just put your food on the plate to make yourself not stand out. If other diners at the table are ordering dishes that can easily contaminate another dish being served with it, like a cheesy dish, you should tell the waiter to bring the allergen-friendly dish separately, not with the other dishes. Finally, always remember that menu dish ingredients can always change, so never presume something you've had before is still safe. Here are some tips for vacationing when you have food allergies. Some types of vacations are awesome for people with food allergies, like Disney World. They're one of the first organizations to have books in the restaurants of what you can have, but always follow the same precautions you would whenever dining out. Many cruises have separate kitchen cooking areas for allergies. Of course, it's better to always eat in the dining room rather than take chances at the buffets on the cruises. Many other countries are very helpful with severe food allergies. Even Italy, land of cheese, has many restaurants with allergy-friendly menus to guide you. The common allergens are sometimes listed by number at the front of the menu, and each menu item has any corresponding numbers next to it specifying the allergens present in that item. This slide lists a number of websites that are great to look at when you're about to travel, especially internationally. There's even a travel plan care guide that you should have signed by your doctor, which you should carry in addition to your food allergy and anaphylaxis care plan, which talks about the types of allergies you have and the fact that you might need to carry your own food on an airline. Newly diagnosed? Check out the websites listed here. Hope these tips help. See you next time.